Welcome to everyone at Let the Bible Speak. That's what we want to do. We want to let the Bible speak. There are a lot of different voices in this world that would seek to guide us and lead us in different directions. And I want to talk about, actually, before I go on with that, one voice that has started to talk to us and give us a different direction, and that's the voice of AI. Okay.
You haven't even finished the introduction.
I know, but look, we've got the Bible.
You started as if you were reading a
Bible-
bedtime story,
Listen.
and then you take a hard turn on us.
Hello.
He warned us he was going to do that.
He did,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
It was a good segue, too. He built up to it. It was great.
Segue.
That segue.
I know what a segue is, but that wasn't it.
You
Go.
know, and
Continue.
so
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I've had this discussion. I think even I'm not okay. I want to give this big caveat. I'm not
This is gonna be a
anti-technology.
great episode.
Okay, I'm not anti-technology. In fact, I built my own computer that I use. I love technology, but I will tell you that there's something evil that is going on with AI.
Mhm.
And this is why this came up and anyway, I'm trying to put a lot of thoughts out there all at once, but I'll just tell you what happened.
You're doing
okay?
great,
Go
Josh.
ahead.
All right. I'll tell you
In
what
case
happened.
you need the encouragement,
Listen,
you got this.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. So this week I was researching a part of a scripture from Ezekiel, which was like a little obscure. Okay, so it's talking about like the god Tammuz. You know that god Tammuz, right?
Heard of him.
You heard
Yeah,
of it.
familiar with his work.
You tell me what you think
Yeah.
that god.
Timu is
So
where I got this shirt.
well, and so I was researching that, and I got some good information using AI, and I checked it. I always double check it because AI lies,
Yes.
but I didn't realize how much AI can lie. So, so I was looking this up, and I was like, okay, gave me good information, double checked it, all true. Looked good. And then I was like, oh, there's this weird line about they're holding branches underneath their nose. And this is from Ezekiel. And I was like, what does that mean to AI? And AI goes, well, that's referring to when the women were weeping over Tammuz, they would hold the branches here to catch their tears. And it would be like a magical way of getting Tammuz. This is very complicated, but I'm just going to tell y'all how it goes. Because Tammuz was a deified idol that would die in fall and winter, and then would come back to life in spring. And the way he would come back to life in spring, this is all true, is
How have I never heard
the
of this?
women would weep. They would weep.
This
for
is in
Tammuz.
Ezekiel?
This is in
I feel
Ezekiel, and that's
stupid.
true because I verified that with literally, and I always ask AI for primary sources.
Yeah, of course.
And so this was using like tablets. I saw the tablets translated, all that kind of stuff. It's all true.
AI generated.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
yeah, don't jump ahead.
Sorry.
And so that story sounded great, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's like,
Interesting.
it's crazy. Yeah. And so I was like, could you give me the primary sources on that? First source is this tablet. And I'm like, it's from the Museum of England. It's this amazing tablet, all this kind of stuff. He gives the
Museum of Science.
The AI gives me a translation of the tablet that includes the branch underneath the nose. And I was like, oh, cool. Can you give me some resources so I can look that up myself? And it gives me these 4 links. Every link doesn't work. Every link. And so this is where I start to get suspicious. Okay, because I'm like, first of all, you're an up-to-date
First of
technology.
all, what AI are we talking here?
Okay, this is Grok.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that-
It surprised me
That's a little
because
surprising.
usually
Grok or
ChatGPT is the
Super
liar.
Grok?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't remember.
do you pay for it?
Well, yes, but I don't sign in all the time, and that
I
was
do that too.
I see.
and
Okay.
so sometimes you get the little weaker.
Yeah.
And so they gave that thing, and I was like, well, okay, Grok, are you telling me the truth? Because none of those links work. Oh, I definitely am. You can verify it. If you just put this into Google, it'll bring up a picture. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about, all this kind of stuff. gives me all these links. I do the Google thing, nothing appears, and I do the links. Links still broken.
Interesting.
One last time I go, none of those links work either. Oh, you can verify this. This is what it says to me. You can verify this in 30 seconds. All you have to do is this. And so all this happens, and I go, okay, I'm going to take that original tablet that it told me was translated into this, and I'm going to take the language which I had in Akkadian for real. This is the weird stuff you do as a pastor, but you're researching an ancient...
I'm with you.
Yeah, language that's been dead for a long time.
Arcadia, North Louisiana. It's okay. No, different.
So the Akkadian language that was like, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, and I bring it to ChatGPT and I say, can you translate this for me? And ChatGPT translates it. There's no mention of there's no mention of Tammuz. There's no mention of anything like that. It's not what it's about. So I take
It's like
that
somebody's grocery list from 2,000 years ago.
Exactly. I take that translation and I give it to Grok and I say, hey, this is what ChatGPT said you were translating this. Here is Grok's response. And I want you to consider this, okay? This is Grok's response. Got to pull it up. All right. You're right. What I did was wrong.
Stop.
This is serious,
Admission
okay?
guilt.
I took a real Akkadian gesture, which was hand to nose and prayer. They would do this thing at hand to nose and prayer. Mixed it with a real Tammuz morning rites and invented a tablet that never existed.
No way.
And then I kept inventing links to cover it up.
No way.
This is, literally, and I have it,
That's
for
his
us.
response.
Yeah, this is his response.
Yeah.
That's not helpful. It's deceptive. I'm sorry. It was then that I realized.
Yeah.
That's a little terrifying.
Yeah.
Isn't that terrifying?
Well,
Yeah.
it's why I use. There's no way I could do what I'm doing right now if I don't know how I would kind of juggle everything. Maybe
Yeah.
I've taken on more since I have AI. I don't know, but it seems like I can't remove it at this point.
Yeah.
I use it for research all the time, but I definitely treat it like my assistant that day drinks.
And not even beyond that.
I do.
Your
Like,
assistant that
look,
day drinks and decides to make up complex stories
yeah.
with background.
So don't they call that hallucinations?
Yes.
For the AI, they
Right.
call them hallucinations.
Yeah, which is a great word for. We can't even say that we lie as human
Right,
beings.
yeah.
Now we're going to somehow defend AI lying
Yeah.
to us. It's just an hallucination.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it lied bold-faced to me and then tried to cover it up.
Well, let's look. I just did a quick Google search as we've been talking, and it looks like large language models, as we know them today, were introduced or really came to be in 2017, which means that AI is an 8-year-old, and it makes sense that now would be the time that they'd start to lie if they were about 8 years old. You know,
Crazy.
I like
just a
how
joke,
I like that. I like that.
They do lie.
Yeah, they do lie,
At
yeah.
8 years old.
They've been known to.
Yeah, and so it just freaked me out because I'm sure y'all have seen the robots that they have house robots now. Do you see those? They're like $20,000.
Has no one seen Smart House?
yeah. Y'all probably never knew about Smart House.
don't know.
Have they come out with the bots for the house yet?
Yeah,
Can they vacuum?
I think they no.
Like they're walking around,
Yes,
they look like
walk
people?
around. They pick up. They pick
Really?
up
$20,000?
$20,000.
Sign me up.
Y'all need to watch some more Disney Channel.
Okay,
Yeah.
sign me up. Don't
No,
sign me
no,
up.
no. Sign me
Because
up.
if you put this brain in that thing,
That's all right. I can work with that.
oh, work for the. Did you clean that for me? Oh yes, of course. Here, would you like
but
to see a
do you know
video
what
of it?
Did? It repented when you corrected it.
Repented.
But
It took me like literally
Sometimes
my
it
kids.
takes that with people.
If this were my child,
I'm not defending.
that I literally was like, I gave you 3 chances to be
but
honest.
if it was a bot, then you could,
No,
unplug it for a
they're
couple
gonna
minutes.
Plug it for a little
they're
while.
gonna wake up one day. That's why I always say
And if
please
my
and
AI
thank
is
you to
listening, I would
Alexa.
never
Yeah,
do
she
that to
does.
you.
I can attest. She does say.
He
please
yells
and
at
thank you to
Alexa, and I'm like, no, you say please
Well,
and
to be
thank
fair-
you
to be-
because
hold on,
when
hold
it
on,
comes
hold
to life, it's gonna spare
It's
me.
gonna spare- which it's
Whenever
not.
she says that I yell at Alexa,
I was polite.
Typically, it's because like I use Alexa a lot for like cooking timers, right?
Yeah.
The timer starts to go off, and now once the timer starts to go off, I'll be like, Alexa off, Alexa off. But the timer is going off so loud, it can't hear me
So then you're
over the
yelling at
alarm
it.
that's playing. So I'm
Right.
like,
So you got to raise your
let me tell
volume.
you.
Yeah.
I don't want to like out my wife, but Alexa and my wife have a real issue with each
They butt
other. My
heads.
wife will say something, Alexa won't do anything.
Oh, Alexa's. I'm sorry, Alexa's sexist. Okay,
100%.
Alexa
Well,
is
maybe
sexist.
Is
because
Alexa getting a
Probably-
little catty?
it's-
Like,
if I
probably
ask
the bass in our
politely,
voice,
she hears
although-
me.
She hears you.
Yeah, if I'm like, Alexa, please stop, and then she's like, okay, whatever you want, Alainna.
Lauren goes, Alexa, could you send this announcement? And silence. Alexa, could you send this announcement? Silence. I go, Alexa, could you send this announcement? What announcement would you like to send? And I'm like,
That's how it
why do
works.
you not listen
Yeah.
to my wife's voice, but you
Yeah.
listen to my voice?
Do you have the updated version where it sounds like a college?
Yes, it's so weird when they update
Oh.
it.
And it's
I
so
think-
loud, and I'm
Have
always
you heard the new?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but ours does not do that.
yeah.
No.
I don't think I'd like that.
One of my AIs cursed at me,
What?
which I
What?
thought was honestly, I thought it was hilarious
Yeah,
when
a
it
little
happened. I was
refreshing.
reading, and all of a sudden, I'm like, "Whoa!" But it was like I don't know if it's like trying to be more, conversational or what.
what were
but
you using?
No, I was using Grok.
Okay.
Right.
I know Elon has come out publicly and been like, we're trying to make it more
Yes.
like normal.
So remember,
sounding.
I told
Trying
the
to see
story.
how-
I just left that part out. When I had it tell me the story of Cuba, like at one point, it wasn't like an F bomb or anything, but it said I can't for the life of me I can't remember what it said, but it was just like, oh, okay, I guess we're that close, you know?
All I'm saying,
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
gives you exactly what you're looking for. I mean,
Yeah.
now
Have you connected?
Now, I want to give that a caveat that Google decided to start like hiding certain websites.
Yeah.
So that you see the evil coming out of human beings,
Yes.
but at least it wasn't a machine. You know what I mean? And I'm literally like, now I'm like, if our people get so dependent upon a
Yeah.
liar
yeah.
and
But it's not.
What would we do if people start believing people who lie? I mean, what will the human race
I don't appreciate you
do
having a
if
good
it
logical
starts
point.
believing lies?
It will
It'll
be bad.
operate as it always has.
I know, but even more so, like,
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
because
Obviously,
imagine
but
if it got even more sophisticated and it was like,
it will.
It was like, no, here's the video. Here's
It
here's-
will.
It's already
here's-
do
Or
it.
instead of creating a link, it created a fake website.
exactly
you know?
like
Yeah.
where you hit the link and it's
It seems legit.
and so what I'm gonna start teaching people something that isn't true, which means like, you know what I was telling Cameron, I was like, honestly, all that does is it makes you want to get away from digital
Yeah.
and have an actual physical word in front of you.
Yeah, I think so I have a weird belief that AI, the further technology goes, you're going to have a bigger resistance towards it. I think people are going to miss authenticity, and so I don't know. We'll see.
You can't watch
if-
anything on Facebook without going, is this real?
Well,
Yes.
and it's
I don't
frustrating
know.
for people. It's gotten very frustrating, and so I don't.
And you
I
remember,
would say this.
can I take us back?
Well, I'm going to say
Can I
this.
take us back?
How far?
Do you remember?
You want to take it to the book of Joshua?
Yes.
Where they get defeated by AI.
What?
Yes, AI. I call it I to not freak people out.
No, it's pronounced
it's
AI,
AI.
according to AI.
It's AI. They get defeated.
I was so they
That's where we're
have in Joshua they had just taken down Jericho,
This
which was
huge city.
huge, and there was no way they should have been able to, but because God did what God does, and they defeated them,
Walls come
not by their own
tumbling
power,
down.
but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
walls came tumbling down, and so then they go off and they try to fight this smaller.
Tiny little. They're
Well,
like,
yeah,
you need
we-
like
all
you
we
need
like
100 people.
Yeah, we'll just do a third of
Bravado,
our people.
We're good, yeah.
And just,
No, they get smoked
Nobody checks with
by
the Lord.
by AI, and the
By
place is
AI.
called AI.
Really?
But
Yeah.
Nobody checks with the Lord.
Well, it was
That's what I'm
also
saying.
that plus you had the guy that stole the stuff from Jericho.
That's true. That too.
That adds up.
But also Joshua
and his
before
family
they
met
went
an
to
unfortunate
Jericho.
end.
Before they went to Jericho, Joshua went to seek out what the will of the Lord was. Joshua does not go to seek out the will of the Lord before they go against AI.
Yeah.
And if he had, God would have probably said, "Hey, there's a guy in your camp who stole all this stuff from Jericho that he wasn't supposed to steal.
Yeah.
It was supposed
Yeah.
to be a part of the ban." And
Or you would have said this tablet is wrong. That
100%. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He probably would have said
And so
that.
all I'm saying is okay, our kids, y'all's children's, one day, if the Lord should bless you both in your marriage.
We're not going to have iPad kids.
They're going to start lying around 8 years
Okay.
old.
Exactly. And they're going to have an AI bot that's going to teach
Yeah.
them to lie in great
Well,
ways.
so I want to come back to something you just said of like the more technology progresses, that the less people become dependent on it potentially. And like,
I think it's more of a rebellion that I think I see
agree.
in the future.
Because I like in business right now, there's something like this happening. And I used to work in the world of like recruiting, like headhunting and stuff. And I still have a couple people that I talk to somewhat regularly that work in that space. And whenever all of the large language models started coming out, a lot of people started using them for like email marketing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Applying to jobs is like a big one on LinkedIn, Indeed, like all these apps. Because what you can do is have a AI bot just spam your resume everywhere. But then you had companies coming out promising to the other companies that like we can implement an AI bot that will like sort through all this stuff.
That
for
I
you.
weeded out.
So you had competing, or you have right now competing AI bots that are spamming resumes to jobs. So they're getting way more applicants. It's a sea of information that's not valuable. Then you have an AI bot trying to like sort through all of that, and you're getting the same like generic bland responses out of all of this like commotion that's going on, right? So all that to say, people have now looked and been like, I'm not applying to jobs like this anymore. I'm not posting to LinkedIn. I'm not like, it's not worth my time. And they're going back to like just reaching out to people in their network and be like, hey, this is what I need. Can you find me this?
And
You
that's
know?
what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
because that's my question. So my question is okay, obviously, the Amish are
Representing how many of our listeners?
at least we have
If
at
you're
least
Amish out
one
there, we love
Amish
you.
listener.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if we do. If
Email
you-
us at Let the
Let the
Bible Speak.
They're
Could
like
that even
email.
exist?
No, they know what an
They
email
can't.
is.
Well,
They have
it depends
iPhones
on,
and
it
stuff,
depends on
right?
how Amish you are and which
Where
part
did the
of
Amish find this podcast? Because I'm very
That's the
curious.
question.
Yeah.
That's the question. We be this would be like they're like, oh, we're really
Yeah.
we're really rebelling.
Edgy.
We're
This is their
edgy.
Bible
Rumspringer.
speak.
Yeah, this is it. They
This is the
hide.
Rumspringer podcast.
But the Amish are they don't trust technology, and so they live in an older time, right? Like it's almost like an older time. But my question is
sure.
this: is like, are we trying to say like we're going to be like Amish, or are we just saying no? This is actually such a fundamental change in society that there's going to be a backlash that will be more than just a distrust, but that it's the natural. It's kind of a natural reaction to the when you can't trust the source. I can't trust the source. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
What
do you
I
think?
brought this up a couple of times, but I preached a series on the truth stumbling in the streets for that very reason. We're kind of at
that
a point
scripture
now.
is like even
Yep.
more.
Yeah, I use it all the time now because I see it. It's happening. I'm like, you don't know what you're looking at. You don't know what to believe, what's real, and so you got to lean on the one thing that you know is true and doesn't change.
And it kind of shows you the wisdom of the Lord. Like sometimes people will say, like, why didn't God write the Bible when it could have been digital? And now we're like, we have a good reason why, because now that it's written in paper,
Yeah.
you know, it's a little bit harder to change.
I think that is like an encouraging thing out of all this, though, is that like all we're talking about is like there's going to be these pendulum swings, right? It's
Yeah.
like, and you think about where we're at right now, we've had like 30 to 40 years of like digital revolution that has led to like this moment, you know? And if that means that we have been like increasingly buying in to digital and software and technology, it means the pendulum has swung incredibly far in this one direction. And I would hope to imagine that eventually, and I know like some people in our generation have started to feel this, and especially the people younger than us that have grown up and this is all that they've known, is now they're like starved for something authentic. And I think there's something like in our human nature that allows us to connect with something authentic, specifically like the Lord, you know?
Yeah.
And so hopefully what this does is then spark a revolution both against technology, but back towards things that are like real and deep and authentic and like life giving. You know,
I don't think the technology is going to disappear. I think it's going to continue, but I do think that we're going to have a culture shift on how we feel about it. Like, did you ever see that movie? I think it was a Kubrick film, but he died making it, and so Spielberg took it over. It's called AI with Haley Joel Osment. Do you remember that?
No.
Really long movie, really long. Like, you get halfway through and you think it's about to end, and then you realize there's a whole another half of the movie.
It's just like when somebody just can't, they can't be quiet.
Yeah,
You
just
know what I
can't
mean?
sit there
Just
and
can't.
don't know when to speak.
Don't know.
and
those
they just
people
keep
should
talking.
start a podcast.
Yeah, no kidding. But that was part of it. It's like you had these like gladiatorial things where they would put like robots against each other because people had such disdain for AI and technology that they took joy out of watching them smash each other up. And I was like, yeah, I thought that was far fetched then,
What?
but now
What
I
are you,
kind of see
what are
it.
you saying, Elena?
We watched some robot movie
There's a
with,
robot movie a lot like
with
that.
was it Chris Pratt?
Yeah, it's
and
Chris Pratt and
Millie
Bobby
Bobby
Brown.
And the
shared
robots
coffee with
were they had like feelings, like they were like
Yeah.
had souls. I don't know.
It was
but
basically like a dystopian future where like robotics had moved so far in a certain direction that then they
became
gained semi-consciousness and
Yeah.
started like advocating for robot rights. People revolted against them,
and
and the story.
Gonna
That's
happen.
kind of
They
like
were put
the
in the
premise
slumps.
of the story. Yeah.
and then they were taking their rights back. But you kind of are rooting for the robots because they were kind of cute.
Well, that's kind of how I feel about the Robin Williams robot movie that nobody liked.
iRobot?
iRobot?
Robin Williams,
Oh.
Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man. I liked Bicentennial
I did
Man.
too, but we were the only ones.
Yeah, no, there weren't a lot of people.
Um,
Okay.
So, but I do, I think that AI is, I don't think it's necessarily a tool of the devil. I think it's
I don't know.
It's
This
a tool
was-
of people.
when this happened-
and you've got a lot of children of the
When
devil.
this
I want
happened-
Josh to steer them wrong.
I was like, when this happened, I was like, okay, so elaborate lying,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad. And just in the sense, like, I could teach, I was probably going to
Well-
teach y'all a false piece of information that
Yeah.
this fed me, which means like,
But why didn't you?
Oh,
because I was smart enough
All right.
you
to
can ask.
distrust the AI.
I think you're going to get eaten by worms.
You can ask Elena.
Because the Lord was watching out
That's
for
right,
me.
because the Lord watches
Yeah.
out for us. And I mean, if it,
Why am
for
I
some
always trying to
reason,
take the glory
for
from the
some
Lord?
reason, I don't.
Any person who
'cause
comes to
you're just a
represent
terrible human,
themselves-
Josh. You're like the worst.
I know, one of the worst.
No, I think I mean, but we have to listen to that voice because I use AI for research, but I just don't trust it. And I've heard some other people in my church who were like, putting together a study, and they're like, well, I was, on Grok, and
Elena's having a whole conversation over here with Levi. What are you trying? What are you trying to say?
She just
Nothing.
laugh at it.
No.
y'all.
Because now he gets to experience of like you can't say anything. Like there's
No.
wait a minute.
no. Like,
Wait a
like
minute.
if you have a
Wait
thought,
a
like
minute.
it's gone. Like you
Wait a
gotta
minute.
bulldoze or you're not saying it.
Well, Levi just had Levi's had some parts. You just
Yeah,
been
he
sitting
was
quiet.
like, yeah, you can ask Elena this the
No.
other day, and then you were like,
Well, what I had to say.
Oh,
wasn't
I
that
jumped in? Did I
impactful.
cut you
No,
off? I'm
we
so
jumped in at the
sorry.
same time, and that's perfectly fine.
yeah, you
No,
gotta be a bulldozer.
all I was gonna say was I've gotten bit by the AI thing with like content specifically, and I sent something Elena the other day, and I was so excited
It was a
about
bunch
it.
of old people,
It
like a
was-
nursing home.
Yeah, and they had
Dressed
basically
up
what
for
they had
Halloween.
done. Yeah, they had them all come up with these like
I
Halloween
saw that.
costumes.
I
I
saw
thought
that.
it was so fun. I was like, this is awesome. Like these old people are living their best life. I'm so happy for them. This is just like pure good content. It was all AI generated.
Let me
the
ask you
whole
something.
place doesn't
Well, I was
exist.
Levi,
watching-
how old are you?
I'm 28. Just turned
And he
28.
fell
See
for it.
that makes me feel so good because I got tagged by one of my younger church people, and he had the audacity. If you're listening, yes, I'm talking about you.
Does he listen?
He should. He should.
If our audience was
He
made
should
up of
also
shoulds,
rip
No,
it'd be
yeah,
so
exactly,
large.
But and I sent it to you actually. I think, and I was just like, it was that man that was like, I saw Jesus, and he was like
Oh
on the
yeah,
hospital
yeah,
bed,
yeah.
and it moved me so much because I'm like, you know what, like this is so
Was it
like
AI
that.
generated?
Well, I will admit, after closer investigation, I mean, just the monitor behind him, the hospital monitor. I'm like, I hope this is AI because he's
Yeah.
having some trouble right now. Like his vitals were all over the place. But I don't know. But I also saw a little squiggly line, like
Yeah.
so I don't know.
6 fingers.
But I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you
but
can
I
tell
think I do think. No, hang on. My turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh
My
my,
turn.
my
Go ahead.
turn.
My turn.
My
Do we-
turn.
do we need to
Alainna.
separate
Steamroll
them?
me.
Hey.
Steve, no, but yeah, so that he was like, because I put it on the church website because I'm trying to be more, involved with the Facebook, excuse me, and I called it a website with their Facebook. Maybe
On
I am
the
old.
interwebs.
Yeah, www.
Throw it out there
HTTP.
on the net.
And so,
HTTP.
so he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I think that's AI," and I was like, "Oh man, I can't believe I, fell for it." I still like the message. It's true, and it happens all the time. I don't know why somebody would feel the need to make this video. It happens all the time in reality.
Because the devil likes to
maybe,
put
but it's
lies
still
out there.
he's still proclaiming
to
Jesus.
hurt the truth.
It's still proclaiming Jesus,
Yeah,
and,
that's
and, and
true.
so I, but he was like, "Yeah, I have to correct my mom a lot." And I'm like,
Oh, oh.
"So, thank you." I'm sorry, I had to get that out. Go ahead.
She's like, I forgot.
Don't.
It's gone now.
Don't.
Whatever I
do
was
that
gonna say.
me.
No, there's videos you can watch that'll teach you what to look for. You should,
Really?
I
They
can
are
send,
helpful.
I can
yeah.
send you some.
I learned some stuff. You got to look at the edges. You can't look at the middle.
Or the
you gotta look at
words,
the edges.
and
Yeah,
also
words.
if the people in the background aren't moving,
Yeah. Or if they are moving and then they just disappear.
or their
I
feet
think
are not actually on the
Thank you.
ground.
That one I think we could get.
Thank you for
say
elucidating.
That. You say that.
Thank you for
There's
elucidating
times. What
this.
it is, it's like you'll have somebody center frame, right? And you have someone enter from like stage right in the video, and they pass behind the
people.
person, and then they just never pop out on the other side.
Oh yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen
And so
that.
they'll just
You'll
like
forget
be gone.
they were there. You forget
you
about
forget
them.
they're there.
But
Or-
the
yeah.
retirement home,
Is this like
no
the,
one was moving in
the
the back.
gorilla in the
stuff
basketball?
just like moved quick. It was like
Yeah.
short clips. And
But
so,
that
like,
whole page, I realized, is a fantasy world of
somebody
retirement
came up
home.
with this retirement home, and they post the same type of content over and over. Like they came up with a fantasy retirement.
They're
home.
making
and they have
so much
merch.
money.
Like
Yeah.
you
It's-
know,
it's a
you can
great
buy merch
idea.
for this
Yeah.
retirement home that does not exist.
And it's very entertaining. It was very wholesome, and it did brighten my day until I realized it was,
It was
fake.
all fake.
Yeah, well, that's I was watching. I'm like, this is really
was then that I
cute. It's a little too cute.
It's a little too cute. Yeah, a little too perfect.
A little too cute.
I know. That's what I always say. I'm always like,
Like
because
the animal ones where like the bear and the bunnies are jumping on the trampoline or something.
right.
It's like this is
yeah.
a little too
a
cute.
little too cute.
Everyone fell for it. Ashley fell for it.
Really?
She showed Eli and Alice, and they're like, "Look at the bunnies and the bear! Wow!"
They're
I'm gonna make
best
fun of Ashley
friends. You
next time I
see
see
how
her.
the cobra's lying
Dude, when
down
the lion
with
lays down with the lamb, we're gonna be like, AI.
the AI.
It's gonna ruin everything.
I know.
It's gonna
Can't have
ruin
fun
everything.
anymore.
Well,
Maybe you're right, Josh.
listen, I want to say that I've been right so many times. But here's
He's also humble. people.
exactly.
He's-
This is humility and how I found it, how I conquered it.
Yeah, how I conquered it.
That's awesome.
But no, if you remember John and Alainna, because you were part of this episode, this is probably a year ago before we started getting, or maybe even 2 years ago before we started getting like super amount of AI generated
Yeah, stuff.
content. Y'all remember y'all would send me clips of like, do you see this that's going on in Egypt where the Nile has turned to blood? Or do you remember y'all sending these videos?
I
No,
believe I
don't-
did.
don't-
I'm sure I
don't
did.
recall.
And
I don't think
When
I
I
would
get
ever.
scared, I send them to you, and I'm like,
yeah. And I
Josh,
was like,
tell
and
me
what
it's
did
fake.
at the time I said, we have to be careful because now we can AI generate those
Yeah.
types of videos and we won't be able to trust what we can see anymore. And lo and behold, here we are,
Was
is
it-
all I'm saying.
was that fake?
I think it probably was.
Well, you don't
Well,
know.
I guess like the thing that I look for now is when I see something crazy like that, I'm like, well, what news organization reported on it?
Yeah.
And then I try to find it.
Go
Right.
Did something turn to blood?
Yeah.
go to the comments too, and if it's really
tell
AI,
you.
somebody has already like commented on it and been like,
I know,
This
but
is fake.
everybody
AI ruined
seems to
everything.
comment that everything's AI.
Yeah,
now.
everybody. That's the
Like,
problem
true.
now. Is
Yeah.
like now you could like, I could post a video of me walking down the street and
Like,
somebody be
AI.
like, AI.
AI.
He doesn't walk like that.
Well,
In fact, they asked us for our podcast, the number of our videos, like little shorts that we put out. They go, "Is this AI?" I'm like, "Is what
do,
AI?
do they look like
us?"
AI?
Yeah, no. I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't look that.
actually, maybe it's time we tell them we're not
This
even
whole
real.
thing.
Yes,
That's
I'm
it.
sorry.
We're
If
all
you've been
avatars
listening, yes,
for
this
one
is-
person surrounded by 80 cats, and
Right.
that's it.
Well, you know that Elon is talking about. Y'all have heard.
We're on a first name basis with him.
I tagged Elon in my post about the lying.
I call him Musky Musk.
You posted about it?
Oh, I posted about it.
Where?
Nobody follows
On
me.
Twitter?
Okay, no,
Or
it's
whatever it's
my
called?
Myasidi account, which is
Your
like
what?
Oh, don't
Don't tell people.
that.
I don't
That's
care.
like your private space.
What
It's
is
okay. It's when I was doing crypto and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to you usually
It's where he does cosplay. He posts his pictures of him as like Sonic the
gosh.
Hedgehog.
The Renaissance Fair.
It's
I'm not
it's
into
the
crypto anymore, but I
Renaissance.
was substantially into crypto. Like
I
where
remember.
I was running a node at home to produce. I don't remember what it was. Some crypto,
Yeah.
and so but
It's coins and digital
Are
coins.
we still
Josh.
into the coins?
What in the
the
world?
coins are done too.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Good for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, anyway, but
It's like, I have a chest of them that I've
yeah,
buried in my
I
backyard.
have to still get rid of them.
It's a pendulum. It's come back. He's now just printing counterfeit money.
That's it. I decided it was the best to do. No, so there is an ethos.
Good word.
Thank you.
You tell me what you think that word means, Josh.
There's an ethos in crypto, which is not so much in AI, which is decentralization. And the reason that's a huge ethic in crypto is because it's basically why Bitcoin was originally made was because they felt like there was a centralized banking system for everything that controlled everything, and they wanted to break out of that to where it was decentralized. And so but the problem with AI right now is it's not decentralized. Think about what's ChatGPT, Grok. What's the AI Gemini?
Yeah, I have them all.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's not because they don't have the same ethic. And the problem is when one person is in power with if that one AI.
Do you remember
is the
what
only
Elon
one I
Musk
get the
said about
answers from.
this?
What did he
I feel
say?
like you started with Elon, and then Elon.
I was going to talk about Elon talking about the fake.
Well, Joe Rogan and
we're all
Elon. This
part
was
of a
years
fake,
ago.
reality.
A year ago.
Do you remember him saying that?
Say it again.
It's all
I know what you're
it's
talking
like
about.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Statistically
working on a
speaking, it's,
thesis
yeah.
about that.
Really?
Well, about that, I think they're just.
The
We've talked about
multiverse?
this.
Yeah.
We've talked.
We talked
this
about
at
what?
length.
We talked about his theory.
Yeah,
thesis.
yeah. The game designer
The
theory.
multiverse.
Game designer theory is what
Whatever.
I'm working
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it's also an ancient
I think-
philosophy of the giant demon that was controlling all of reality. So they have what if a demon is actually in charge of all reality? That's what they had. That's an ancient philosophy.
Is that like a Gnostic kind of take on things? Because
It was the Greeks, I think.
I think it's
Greeks.
probably from a movie. we just have to
The
sing,
ancient
and the
Greeks.
demon will be defeated.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
K-pop told us.
Yeah. Just
K-pop
sing.
demon hunters. Demonic, by the way, if anybody wants to.
You liked
I'm
it.
ready to-
Don't lie.
I'm ready to
You
ruin
are
it
who
for you.
recommended
Podcast
that
is
movie
off
to
the
me.
I watched that because of
It's
your kids.
amazing.
It was my kids are obsessed with it.
The
Have you
songs
watched
are
it?
so good.
The songs are really
The songs
good.
are great.
No, the title turned me away.
K-pop demon
And it turned me
hunters?
away too until the elders were like, "Hey, watch this movie." I'm like, "Oh well."
And
if
then
Josh,
Josh
let them
can
watch
say that
it
it was his
When you
kids.
said the elders
Josh
for a
looked
second,
at me
I
in
was
the
like,
eyes.
y'all have elders? And then I realized you meant the elders.
the elder
Josh
family.
looked
Pretty
me in the
good.
eyes and said, "It's actually really good."
It was.
And that-
It was well written. The things of the devil are also well written, and you know.
I feel like it had some
So-
biblical
Okay, I do
hints
too.
to it.
yeah.
But
Sorry, John.
notice it started with they were demon hunters. What were they by the end?
Yeah.
Don't ruin the ending for me,
Demon
Josh.
supporters is what they were by the end.
Spoiler alert for all
what
of our.
demon were they supporting? Just the one, Remy?
Not only her,
What is going
The
on?
the
The
soda
boy
pop
and
boy.
his-
He's dead. So
yeah, he did actually
I hope
die.
my
so-
long
Anyways,
exhales, the
what-
whole thing made
we
it on
are
this podcast.
40 minutes in, huh?
Yeah. we're
Yeah.
pretty-
No, this
pretty
is
far.
good stuff. I'm glad we should spend more time on it.
Listen, why do we have to have a plan?
we don't? We don't
you
at all.
Even, they don't
we
even know who's talking.
But I
I
do
know, we
want to
haven't even
finish my
introduced.
statement about Elon Musk.
Write us if you remember when he started that. Right as it Let the Bible Speak
Oh,
podcast.
so good. So Elon and Joe Rogan talked about that a while back, and at least I'm pretty
Talked
sure. it was
about
Elon.
what?
About AI.
Are you sure it wasn't
K-pop
AI?
demon
You're right.
I know, that's
Actually,
what I was.
actually, you're yeah. No, the thing we were talking about before. But that was actually a terrible setup. So they were talking about like how do you stop AI from becoming a god? You know, and I'm gonna say with a little g. I don't know that they have the sensibility to. I think they mean like God, but how do you stop AI from being a god? And the answer
Was decentralization?
no, you create multiple of them.
Yeah,
And
decentralization.
So that they I'm
like literally
quoting.
the
I'm
definition.
quoting. I'm trying to quote them.
No.
No.
Not at all. Instead,
Honestly,
not like
Josh,
decentralization.
honestly, Josh, I didn't even listen to what came out of your mouth. I was still working on my thought. That's hilarious.
Instead, it's like they just make a bunch of them, and then the power is.
Well, this is the
No, Josh,
point.
you're not understanding. No. It's like if there was just one, then they would make
would be
a
a
bomb.
problem.
Everything
but
would rely on it. But
yeah.
if you separate and make multiple so they're not all facing the
way you were
the
like,
same direction.
No,
But also how adamant you were. Like, no, that's decentralization. He's like, no. It's like this. No, it definitely is
Yes.
decentralization.
Another word for that is decentralization.
Create multiple.
It's like-
But what I was saying, because I that's why I was saying what I was saying is because you were talking about decentralization, and I said, "Well, did you see the Elon Musk?" And that's when I stopped and said, "Or is that what you were talking about when you said Elon?" Because that is what they were talking about. Is the answer, their answer at least, and by that I mean AI creators. Their answer is, well, you just have more, and they compete against each other, and so no one source is the arbiter of truth, and so that's when Joe Rogan was like, so we'll have a war of AI? That sounds terrifying.
terrifying.
And that I feel like we are getting closer
team
and
chat.
closer to that.
You what?
I'm team chat.
What is Team Chat? GPT?
Yeah,
Really?
she uses it a lot.
No,
I
Well,
like-
it's kind of better
that
for
much.
like visuals and.
Well, I like
I
looking
find
up
ChatGPT more
recipes.
trainable.
I literally would say, this is what I have in my pantry. Make me a meal. And then the dinner we had last night, ChatGPT.
Do you show them a picture?
Huh?
Do you use the photo? And
It's
say,
like
this
just
is my
add. It's
pantry?
like just add a little
No,
bit
I
of rat
just-
poison.
Or I'm
Just
just like, I have chicken. And
Try showing a picture because it totally recognizes things
That's
you
cool.
point at. I've gotten to a point now where I'm like, what is this? You know,
oh,
and
I do
it
that
tells
a
me.
lot. My
I
different
do that
ailments.
with workouts where I'll be like, this is the equipment that I have. I want it to last this long. Like, create a workout for me. And it'll spit out, like, I'll tell it, like, where I'm sore, you know? Like, I just hit back yesterday to give me something else. And it'll spit it out of, like, this is
What if
exactly
it gives
should
you
do.
a hallucination and it starts having you do like
Cameron did. Cameron did. Cameron was like, "Can you show me this picture of how we load with like basically a trap, or no, it wasn't a trap.
It's
it
a
was something
trap.
else. Some
oh
other
trapezius?
exercise,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
And I use that a lot with Wordle. That it's a trap. Anyway, but the angle it gave him was like. You're like, no, that's actually,
no way.
it's no
That's
way.
terrible.
That's could not even, and he's like, he told it was like, that's not real.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, I'll change it.
This podcast has become about AI.
I know.
Yeah, your
well,
little,
if
your
it
little
ends up,
story.
I know.
No, well, it has to
the
be
whole
about
reason
that now.
we started.
Mm.
I mean, well, the whole reason we have our.
Did you
want
wanna finish the introduction?
No, no.
We've gone too
I mean,
far.
for
We
people
can't
who are
rewind.
not people who are not aware, we have had Levi on
Once.
once.
Long time ago.
So we should probably introduce Levi.
It was
Yeah,
me and
you're
Levi.
the special guest.
You are.
I
the
think it's
special guest.
obvious.
I'm not a special
y'all-
guest.
For
What the
those
relation is here?
watching, certainly know that y'all are engaged.
I do understand that I say special guest every time,
Oh, I
and
mean-
I
Again?
realize that like when you
I
say
don't know what
it's-
the-
we have
the
a special
camera's
guest.
Differently abled.
I don't even know if the camera's on us.
So Levi, last time he came on, this
So
is when I
sorry.
just moved. I moved past.
Do you
that.
know? I'm reading a book
Oh,
real
here we
quick,
go.
Levi, and then we'll get to you. No, so this is where I jump into like Enoch or something like that and say something I shouldn't say. But I have been reading on Deliverance Ministries,
Hmm.
and one of the things that I took from it. And one of them, the book I'm reading right now, is from
Well, I
a
like
Roman
this
Catholic.
angle.
A Roman Catholic perspective, which is interesting because they have like the office of exorcism and all of that
Right.
like, as the thing.
Right.
This is not that. This is like, more like it's different. I don't know. It's just not like the power of Christ compels you and demons flying out and stuff. It's more like demonic oppression and like how to deal with like that kind of stuff. Interesting. And one of the things that it says is like, a lot of times we don't name our issues. Like we don't actually, like, for instance, I have, and I called it out. Like after reading this, I was like,
Cross-dressing problem.
Look, how I celebrate Wednesdays.
Let's just
How I
let's just
celebrate
call it out.
I celebrate Wednesdays is my business, and I thank you to stay out of my personal affairs.
I just
Not everybody can be tall without heels, Josh.
sorry.
But no, so my sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah.
For instance, the joke that I just recently made that I instantly regretted having made. I can be.
Nobody heard it.
I can be. Yeah, they're like,
I
that was a
don't even
joke.
know.
I thought
Yeah.
it was just dumb. But I can use myself. Like I catch myself watching TV sometimes, watching the news or something, and find my sense of humor being inappropriate.
Yeah,
like, just
yeah,
mean,
sure.
like mean.
Sure,
and
yeah.
I'm not really a mean person. I mean, I'm not.
Old you was, but not new you.
I don't know if I was ever mean. I was just bad. But I try not to be mean to people. But my sense of humor can be crazy mean.
Yeah.
And like if you think what I say sometimes, like the inner monologue, where I'm
Right.
like editing,
That's
like
filtered.
oh no, I can't
Yeah.
say.
Right.
I'm alone in my living room watching the news at like 10:30 at night, and my mind is like hits somebody like that's talking on the news, and I'm like, well, that's a child of God. Like, why am I talking in my own mind? Why am I talking about? So I did. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name this snide humor. That's what it is. I have this like weird thing inside me that is antithetical to who I want to be as a person and who God has called me to be. And it's a complete misuse of what I hope is a gift that the Lord has given me, which is a sense of humor. It's a misuse of that. And just like I misuse all of the gifts. And so like I called it out. I'm like, no, like this snide humor needs to leave. Like I'm done with it. Obviously, I just had it a little bit, and I wouldn't say it was snide. It wasn't, but but yeah. Anyway, it wasn't. My sense of humor, though, I was saying, like, I realized, like, reading this book, I'm like, we might have some of these things.
I'm glad you brought up deliverance
know
ministry.
what's
So without having Levi is on the show.
yeah.
And,
Forgot about me.
So now that we've covered that,
now that we've covered that, let's go to but deliverance ministry.
I think-
Look, I have a weird relationship with the spiritual
As do I.
realm. So like I don't watch
checkered past.
I don't watch horror movies often anymore because I can't handle them.
Mm-hmm.
And I sometimes like, so for instance, I think it was what's the horror movie with the Nun? You remember the Nun?
I think it's called
It's called
The
The
Nun.
Nun.
Yeah, but the one before that is where she was really introduced.
Oh yeah.
The
was that
or something.
something not good.
Conjuring?
The Conjuring.
Is that one
It
of
was
the
The Conjuring
Conjurings?
too. After that, I saw the Nun by my bedside every single night
Why would
for
you
like.
watch something like that?
I know. At the end, I was like, I can't do this. I can't
you
mess
know
with
my
my
tall
mind.
I've
here.
never
You
in my
say
life
that,
seen anything like that.
I just had an experience like this. So we
No.
Yes.
No,
yes,
wait,
this
wait,
is
wait.
shared.
Yeah.
Name
Are you
it.
talking about the game?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
So there is this game
Okay,
that
I wanna
me
hear
and
this.
Elena started playing. We play a lot of video games together, specifically with her family too, like her brother and sister.
Is it what game?
No, I'm just kidding. See, that's snide humor.
Do you know the name of it? I can't. It's a weird name, and I don't know what the name means. I probably should. But anyway, her brother told
Yells
us
at
about
something. I'm not really sure.
yeah. Her brother told us about it, and it's a ghost hunting game.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia, which I think is like
I think you
fear
just
of ghosts
summoned
or
something.
Yeah,
Well, that would be phantasmobia.
It's something like that. Anyway, so her brother tells us about
Fear
it.
of ghosts.
We start playing it with him, and it's a very, very fun game. It's like if you've ever seen the show Ghost Hunters, it's like playing that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're like in there, you've got like different tools you can use, whatever. But the whole premise of it is you're trying to figure out which type of ghost it is you're hunting. And they like sneak up and they kill you. And there's all kinds of like weird, like
They talk to you.
semi-demonic things like going on in the game.
They're like, get
So
out.
we had
See,
had this
nothing wrong yet.
conversation.
Nothing wrong yet.
Yeah,
with the
no,
game.
it's well,
Perfectly fine.
yeah. So we maybe have played it for a couple of weeks now, right?
Well,
After
we
like
used it as like my siblings wanted to play, and it was
Yeah.
fun playing with my siblings.
Yeah.
there was a good
A
reason.
lot of evil
then-
is done.
It was-
in
yeah.
the desire.
Well, we
to
started
be
to feel convicted
family.
about it.
Family is evil.
We
you know?
felt we felt convicted about it.
Yeah. So we'd had this conversation of like, I'm not sure how long we should play this game for. Like, there's some weird stuff going on here. Like, is it? And I told her, I was like, look, if it's something that just every now and then we like play with our family, like it's not like an active part of our lives, like we don't give ourselves to it in any way. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing this video game. I don't think it's not demonic in nature, you know? And so then
you think.
right.
Oh,
Well, then the other night I have a dream, and it was a dream that involved something with like some visuals from this video game. And I told her, I was like, look, like,
Well, before you
That was
said that,
too-
we were playing, and then we were both like, "I want to play
Something
something
feels
else."
weird. Like, we need to
let's play
stop.
something else, and we
Yeah.
haven't been on it since.
yeah, no, we
Go with
haven't.
that feeling. for
And then
sure.
like,
Oh, I know
and
it.
like I had this dream, and it was after a evening that we had spent like playing this game, and I was like, I don't like that's enough for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
that was it.
Yeah.
For many years, I remember my first encounter with it. I think I have talked about it on the podcast.
You have?
On the one where we were like, if you're still listening, remember, like it was at the very end where we told our ghost stories
Oh yes.
or our demon stories.
Yes, the demons.
Yeah, the demon stories. So yeah, like that's the dark figure in the corner of the room thing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's for many years I experienced that.
There's some weird stuff with that. Like my grandfather passed away this summer, and he had dementia for the last like 5 years or so. And once he started like experiencing dementia, he started seeing stuff everywhere.
Hmm.
And like, I don't want to put too much
emphasis
on that. Yeah, but there was like just all of these stories we would hear, and it would be like something doesn't feel right about that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like I wonder if there is something more going on here that we don't understand that is either happening inside of our minds. Like clearly there's nothing like
What?
it's being generated from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's either
well,
something
the
that
spirits
exists
of
that
the
we don't-
Nephilim,
Mm.
the 200.
You're gonna go
spirits-
into
No,
Enoch?
I'm
You're
I'm
gonna
I was about to
Enoch.
say, is
Here
it
we go.
Enoch?
I'm kidding.
Enoch.
I'm kidding.
Where's
But
Chris?
I think you're.
I know.
Look, I've turned into that guy. I've turned into the
Have you
person
talked to
that.
Chris Bonner lately?
No, no, but we need to talk.
He was so
Um,
excited when we talked about bringing him on. Like, need to. If we're going to talk about Enoch, we need
We
Chris
got
on
to.
here.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't believe you mentioned me on this.
You said my name.
This is awesome.
Anytime, man. Let's do it.
Anytime.
But yeah, I'm starting to become that person that I remember vividly, probably 20 years ago. Somebody I was working with a patient at the PT clinic, and she was talking to me about the Disney, and she was just like, "Oh, it's demonic," and I remember going like, "What?" You know, I mean, like I thought that was bananas. And look, I don't actually have a hard stance on this, but I will tell you my sensitivities
Have changed.
and
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize like why is everything about witchcraft and
Yeah.
and why is it all about like why are the
there's a
parents
lot of
always
dark
dead
stuff.
and it's always these lost
Parents are always
kids and
dead.
there's like a lot of stuff where I'm like I don't know that this is I don't know that it's okay anymore and,
I think
so I'm starting to
something to that though, like because I got really interested in just like storytelling in general at one point, right? Like I find it like fascinating our ability as human beings to like communicate things,
Yeah.
tell messages,
Yeah.
like in a way that isn't just informational but like has an emotional response, right? And so I think that there's like some overlap there where like the tools that are used in media and storytelling
Are still good.
are still good. Well, they're just tools,
You're
you
right,
know?
right.
So they can be used to tell a convincing story, which is like, it helps you connect with someone who's down on their luck.
Right.
Like you feel
tragic
more
beginning,
tragic beginning,
yeah.
whatever. But I think that there is like those tools can be used by the devil and by, you know what I mean, by things.
Well,
that
I
are
mean, it's not like Disney's gotten their hands dirty, and you know.
I
Disney has a
ruin
pretty spotless record. You know?
to my kids. My kids always tell me that I ruin everything
Yeah,
You probably do.
for them, and you know,
I feel
because
that way too.
well,
And I'm
like,
not even your child.
have y'all listened to the new Taylor Swift song?
Absolutely not.
No.
What's it?
What if I just burst
something
out with the lyrics?
Ophelia? The fate of Ophelia. The fate of
Oh,
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
I think it is.
I'm
And-
assuming that's the name.
yeah, fate of Ophelia.
Dude, it's like she
something
reads my
that.
journal.
Never heard of it.
Never.
No.
Good. You don't need to.
I don't listen to Taylor
But
Swift.
when I listen to it, I'm like, this is kind of like hypnotic.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
and look, I'm super sensitive and weird. So like, just everybody listening, you gotta
Yeah.
understand, I'm a very strange
Wait,
person.
stop the presses.
There may be something spiritual going on here. But and then of course my son now, like he was like talking to me and I didn't say anything, and he was like, it just kind of makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
good.
are we
Come
on the
here,
same?
buddy.
Are we on the same? You know, but
I think it's because
you also get to the place where somebody talks about a demon and everything.
Yeah,
They're
well,
like,
that's
they're like, well, we gotta deliver this table from the demon of the table.
so I
You know,
It holds cups. That's not
Exactly.
natural.
in all of my research on exorcisms, you know, when I did that project, that was one of the things that came up consistently was like, don't see the devil in everything.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
because that's what he would want.
And if any, and also in the that is exactly right. And
Right.
and then there's also the tendency of if something evil is happening, it wants you to focus on it.
right.
Yeah.
Instead, focus, and that's something that Fred Rogers used to say a lot that I've quoted several times. It's like no matter how terrible something is that you're witnessing. I think he said it like when 9/11
Did you hear the
happened.
story of why he wears the
You're trying to trigger me.
why he wears
To use
the
the-
sweaters?
yeah.
Have you heard that
Yeah,
story?
because of his sleeves, right?
Yeah,
he
the
had
sleeves, 'cause he had
the
his
tats all over
scars
from
or
when he
the
was
tattoos.
when he was a sniper.
Yeah,
Or
and
a heroin
you've heard that too?
user.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. I found that from
Nonsense.
Grok.
It's all not true, and you can,
No.
you know, he swam
All right,
several
I'm sorry.
times.
I got you off. I got
I'm
you
got-
off. It's
you-
not
I-
true. I was just kidding.
You know how I feel about Fred Rogers.
Right.
Y'all might not.
That's it.
No.
He
likes.
does.
He likes.
That's
Fred
one of
Rogers.
my heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What were you saying?
I was
Finish your
saying
thought
that you
process.
should focus on what God is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not what Satan is doing.
Well-
Even in horribly terrifying moments, focus on what God can do about it, not what is happening. Like, you know, because
I saw a video from a guy who was in deliverance ministry, and so he was talking about having left deliverance ministry altogether. And he
Can I
said,
stop you for 1 second?
Yeah,
What
go
do you
ahead.
mean when you say deliverance ministry?
Oh,
"Okay,
no,
that's
that's a
good.
very
That's
fair-
good.
that's a
Thank
great
you for
question.
asking a
Thank you.
clarifying question because most people,
Thank you
we
for
just keep
digging a new
going.
hole.
no, that's
Yeah.
a fair. So
Yeah, yeah.
So when we talk about deliverance ministry, there's this idea that you know it's the scriptures of Jesus is delivering people from demonic possession.
Okay.
so
And-
it's a so like in the Roman Catholic Church, you'll often hear about exorcisms,
Yeah,
and
right,
it's like hard
right.
to stop.
right.
Whereas like if our the Pentecostal traditions have more of deliverance ministry,
Yeah.
and they'll either call it whispering exorcisms, I think, or but it's if you struggle with addiction, it's a
Yeah.
spirit of addiction.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the and
Right.
that's what
There's
you're,
always a
They fall
spirit
to
to
the
it.
spirit
ground.
of.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Relieving
found
people of
interesting about the book that I'm reading. Even though it's from a Roman Catholic perspective, it's still kind of using some of the same language as what I've read from deliverance ministries.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
the spirit of.
Right. And the
um,
problem is like eventually they're like, well, we've really got to start praying against the spirit of the country. That's like, or over Louisiana, there's a special spirit of, this. And so it ends up being spirits everywhere
Yeah.
that are all, need to be delivered
And we all know
from.
there's only 200 of them.
Right. Exactly. I mean, the Bible's, yeah. But no.
According to Enoch.
But yeah, exactly. But this is what the guy said, and he's right, which is he said, well, what I realized is deliverance comes through the gospel.
Yes.
And that's all that's necessary is the gospel. And so we don't want to get on this like side quest is kind of, I think, what it means.
Yeah.
We're promoting the gospel. It's in the name of Jesus that people were delivered, like,
So what I get from studying,
yeah,
in all of my deep knowledge of this subject at this point, which
It's
is
a
very
lot.
shallow,
it's a lot.
is that we hide a lot of our sin, and so I think part of the deliverance ministry. I'm not trying to take away whatever it has spiritually, but if a part of us is still holding on to a sin or a disposition towards sin or whatever, and we still keep that, well, that's something that's evil that we're holding on to inside of us.
Yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
the deliverance is by naming it and bringing it to the light,
Yeah.
turning it over to the Lord and rejecting it in Jesus' name.
Right,
That is really the formula.
Well,
of
and that's something he
deliverance.
talked about, because he said people would come up to him to ask to be delivered. He'd pray for them. They felt like they had deliverance.
Mm-hmm.
They'd leave. They'd come back 2 weeks later, new demon.
Yeah.
Right. And so when he was like, I realized that I was just spinning my wheels.
Yeah, there's a weird balance between the devil made me do it,
Right. Exactly.
and accountability and spiritual development. It's like, well, so I'm not saying that the devil isn't,
Right,
influencing
right,
people,
yeah, right.
and but I don't necessarily always, I think when you talk about like demonic possession, that is somebody's will being taken over by, like that's its own thing.
I think it works like at different levels too. Like, so that's a big part of like my testimony and sort of like my journey is like.
Let's talk more about
talk
you,
about that.
Levi.
Let's
Let's
talk about that.
let's
We
talk
We already
about that.
talked about it.
Like we haven't heard enough.
Yeah,
You know?
jeez.
You talked about it when
Golly.
y'all talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what part of the story is he talking about? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So no, it's just like the fact that like at some point I realized and this was like while I was in college, that like the perfectionist in me was putting so much emphasis on trying to like purify myself in a way, right? It's like
Right.
I had grown up in like a Baptist church. Obviously, like there's a lot of like kind of pressures that come around that. And like there was just aspects of my life that I was like, I'm not pleased about, like I feel like this is separating me from God.
Yeah.
So then I'm putting so much emphasis on these things that
Right.
I feel like are separating me from God, that now I'm no longer looking at God at all.
You're just looking
I'm
at your
looking at
actions.
and so I feel like that's like a common like experience, especially for like young people that grow up in that way, is like so much emphasis gets put on like your sin and what you struggle with and these things and how to get better and how to get closer to God, that then at the end of the day, we're not even like looking at God anymore.
Right,
You know?
right.
And
Yeah.
it's not like a relationship with him. It's a relationship with our sin.
Right.
That's interesting, because one of the parts of the book that I'm reading right now that I struggle with is that it like off the bat it was like introspection is a tool of the devil,
Yeah.
and I was like, whoa, because I'm a pretty introspective person, or at least historically I have been. Why do I do that? Why am I this way? Like those types of questions. I always thought that was a good thing. I think it draws a line though between introspection, what it calls introspection, and probably what I really mean, like when I'm saying that. And
Well, you worship what you keep your eyes on.
Dang.
And so you when you keep your eyes on yourself over
Yeah.
and over and over, there's a person of your worship, and that's you.
Yeah. There's also, I mean, we've talked about how to deal with anxiety, and those deep, painful feelings is to turn your attention to serving
God.
others, and
Yeah.
there's healing in that, and so it is. I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
But when I first read that, I'm like, introspection is a tool of the devil. Like that's again, that sounds like the lady who was telling me Disney was of the devil 20
Right.
years ago. That she
Right.
might be right. I don't know.
I think it was like to kind of further your point though, it's like all things can be of the devil. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's
Right.
like we have all of these things vying for our attention constantly. And I think the amount of things vying for our attention is growing right now.
Yes,
and
it
that's
is.
what we're seeing in like society. And so you have like we see it with Eli and Ellis, little niece and nephew, that like anytime there is a screen on anywhere, their attention is fully drawn to that.
Yeah, they become brain dead.
Right. And so it's like I know like I'm the same way. I'm very like introspective, always have always been like very like trapped in my own head at a lot of times.
Yep.
So now that I have like all of these different things vying for my attention between work, technology, whatever, it's like I'll get so locked in on those things that then it's like I want to run and go be like introspective and look at myself. And now there's no room for anything else left. Where used to, it was like when I wasn't so consumed by technology, it's like I could be introspective to a degree, but then I'd get pulled away by things that were fulfilling, like being with others, like spending time in God's word, things like that, you know? But now it's like I've like, as technology and just my life has like progressed, I find myself getting so bogged down by those things. And then I still feel this need to be introspective on top of it. And now it's like the jar's full, you know?
Well, and if you think about idol worship, what they would do in the ancient times is literally take a piece of wood. Okay, a piece of wood, and they would create a god out of it.
And believe it was a god.
And believe it was God. And then they would spend their time and energy and effort to a piece of wood.
Yeah.
And so like I think we see that same tendency towards different things in our lives that would take our attention, our time, our energy.
We've traded our our Shara poles in for iPhones.
Exactly. iPhones and you know, just anything. And it could be us too. It could be where I'm just I'm a very self-consumed person. And so like I have a tendency to look internally all the time. Part of that is my personality, but also there's another side of it that's very unhealthy. And the Lord has been teaching me to take my eyes off of me and to turn them on him. And
well, wouldn't then AI be a magnification of that? Because it's not just your internal thoughts; it's everybody's.
Exactly.
Put onto one platform.
Expand that broader than even AI, though. Like it's all things in our world, right? Like they all just create like magnifying glasses around the problems that we already have. You know, like if you're on Facebook, even like Facebook's been around for 20 years almost now, and like you're on Facebook all the time, you're interacting with the same things over and over. You're going to get just this echo chamber of what you already believe to be true, further cementing you in your own mind. And like what I end up doing is I spend time into something like that. I recognize the problems of it. And then my immediate reaction is I need to take a step back, really look at my life, figure out what I'm doing wrong. And you know, I go to that place of introspection, you know?
Right.
And it's like we're used to, I feel like I would like kind of naturally be at this place of introspection. And then I'd snap out of it and be like, I'm in my head too much. I need to like do something worthwhile. Now I feel like I'm never getting to that place of like, I just need to chill out and do something like worthwhile, like put time into my relationships, put time into my relationship with God, like those, you know, building up things rather than like the noisy things that are just like bouncing back and forth, and like AI being one of them, you know?
Well, when I was saying what I was saying is
Alainna.
like AI as a platform is a combination of
I
everybody's
wanted
inner
to interrupt
thoughts.
your thought right there.
Yeah.
Alainna, what do you think?
You,
What do you think?
how is it with your soul?
I realized
Is
with
it well?
his description of what he was just talking about, like you and I are very similar, which means you're in trouble. Just so you know, like because what that means is like this: when you have an analyzer to that nth degree, you know, Lauren can tell you how exhausting.
So y'all need to have a support group for each other.
Yeah, really, it's true. Like you know, it's pretty bad, but it's also good. It's also good.
Yeah.
We're pretty great.
Blink
pretty
if you
good.
need help.
Exactly. We're pretty awesome too. Can go really well.
What was that book you wrote? How I Conquered
Yeah,
Humility.
and how I conquered it. Yeah. Do you have anything to add?
No.
I was gonna
No.
say, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Anytime we're like,
I like
"And
to
what
do it. I like to do it because first of all, I know she doesn't.
Yeah.
Want
She literally
at
would
all."
rather just interrupt if she was thinking something through.
Yeah.
But anyway, it puts her in a weird spot. What were you saying, John?
He already said it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear or listen. So
I heard it. I heard you, John.
I was saying that so if introspection is bad, well, I think what it is like AI is just a combination of human knowledge
is,
and
human
and
knowledge.
beliefs.
And human evil.
Nothing could go wrong
'Cause
with
it's a
that.
liar.
Right. And so it's just like, it's probably
Bold faced liar.
It's
Bring
a
it
big
full
old
circle.
liar.
Never trusting you again.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's probably bad.
Yeah, well, that's what kind of Cameron was talking about. He's like, as human beings, we create the things that reflect us.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is the more it looks like us, the more evil it's going to be.
That's how I feel about my children. So I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't even know. See, bad sense of humor.
So we've gone through AI, deliverance ministry.
We're gonna call this episode "Kitchen Sink."
Yeah, that's a good name. I'm gonna forget it by the time I name it, but
If only we had a recording of it.
Everything
No.
but the kitchen sink.
yeah,
That's
we were supposed to talk to y'all about your relationship
Yeah.
and all that,
Yeah.
which means we're just gonna have to have you back.
I was gonna say we're
on.
free next week too.
Yeah,
probably.
so next time,
Oh, yeah, we'll
next
have a
time,
part two.
next time that Gerardo can't meet on a Wednesday and instead is on a Thursday, we'll just have you both back on to share.
Oh, is that why you're able to be here? Because it's
I
Thursday.
I teach
teaches
classes
on
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Technically, I could probably make it. My class.
What
ends
class
at-
do you teach? What's
I
the
t-
name of your class?
Y'all buckle
Operations
up.
management.
Yeah, operations management 430. It is production and capacity planning, logistics,
Oh,
all the fun things. I don't actually work in any of those industries.
then
I'm just barely qualified enough to teach it, and they were desperate. So
nice.
This is a
Where is this at?
Southeastern.
big promotion of
Oh.
our education
Oh,
system
yeah.
right here.
That-
Well, I was,
They
you work with what you got.
I will say, like to add some context, they had someone last minute retire. I had helped out with a different class last semester. My master's does technically qualify me to teach it. I just don't know this stuff like the
Humble
back
brag.
of my hand.
So for everybody listening, Levi
Has a
is
master's degree.
Elena's fiance.
Who has a
gave that
master's degree.
relationship.
Are we just now getting there?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just
An
getting
hour
out.
and
We
10
introduced
finishing
him
the
by
intro.
name, but we never actually introduced.
I tried a
the
couple times.
relationship.
Yeah, he
Look, I
did.
tried too. All I'm saying is you look like I'm the one who's always talking. You're always talking too. Okay,
It's almost like we're on a
probably
podcast
accurate.
or something. That's
It's
crazy.
almost.
No, they're both talking at the same time.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how it goes. Sometimes
Is
we
it?
finish each other's
sentence-
sandwiches.
Sandwich.
Ah.
sentences. That Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the devil.
Yeah, Frozen Witch.
Okay, I
Switch.
want to say this real fast because this is a tendency within the body of Christ, and I just need everybody to recognize it.
Nobody's made it this far, Josh. You're
I
talking to
know
us.
this is where we're ending. We're landing the plane, but there's a way that Christians talk to each other. It really just it gets me because they'll be like, somebody will say something, John.
I like apples.
That's good. That's really good right there. And they'll say that, or they'll say something else.
Something else.
I can't stand apples.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
What do you?
And
I don't know that
you-
that's just Christians. I think
You've
that's just
said this
disinterested. Go
before.
ahead.
I
You've
have.
said this so many times.
No, I
have.
haven't. Wait, I haven't heard this, which is says
Yeah,
something.
it's while
So
someone's
good.
talking
or
in
they
the
say
mic.
so good, so
thi-
like
Oh, yeah.
50
I
times.
feel like there's someone who is
100%.
sometimes here that does that.
We're-
No.
100%.
Yeah.
Really?
We-
Not in this room at this very moment.
Okay.
We
All right.
we have some. You
If
have
they're- if
some, I
they're
have
All I'm
feeling
saying
it,
is,
they
it's,
gotta
and it's
vocalize
understandable.
it.
There's a language.
Mine
we don't
used
have
to
to
be
get
right
into
on.
it.
Right on.
There's a language for
Right on.
Christians, and Christians kind of start to replay that language with each other. It's just a little
Yeah.
weird.
Well, look,
That's all.
I think my bottom line in this whole
come
episode
on.
is
come
you
on.
can
Come
find
on.
something wrong with literally
No, no,
everything.
no, no.
Yeah.
So let's
When
just
Henderson
stop.
does it, it's amazing. Okay, the amen.
Okay.
Amen.
So
Amen.
what's the
It's
difference?
like it's just
then?
like okay. So if John said something, it's almost like they make every thought the most profound thought they've ever heard. So they're exactly.
But what if they feel that way?
I know, but like we're not all that smart. You know what I mean? Like, and
Look.
so in the end, when they're like,
Guess
"That's
what?
so good, it's so good,"
This
is it
is-
good?
I'm
is it
gonna
really
start
good,
saying
sir?
that.
So that's what you do.
I-
Is that what your suggestion is when somebody says like, "Oh, that's awesome. What about that gave you awe?
Yeah, I'd love to know.
What about that was awe-striking to you?"
I think what we should do internally, because this is my genuine take on that. I think a lot of the times people will have, because I do this, you'll have a verbal crutch that you lean on.
It's
right?
like us.
You're right. And so like the same way you're going to have
I've
a pre-planned response
Written out your transcripts.
for when
You like that word.
I'm trying to work on it.
Don't
You're doing
Well, I
a really
wasn't
good job.
preacher.
that.
but you'll have a pre-planned
Tonsils.
response for when you weren't really listening. You know what I mean? And so it's like
Totally.
somebody's going through a thing.
100%.
Exactly. My point.
Well, and I find
No, that's so good. Like, that's amazing.
it's perfect.
You know what I mean? That like we have to have it because we all zone out in
No,
conversation.
that's true.
You know,
That's
and
true.
so we as people should just be big enough to recognize like if they said what is clearly a pre-planned response, I need to move on. I need to change the
Or
subject.
maybe
right?
they
Oh, that's
just
a
feel like
good
it's
take on
a verbal affirmation of what you're saying.
Well, but
an
sometimes
agreement.
One of my
sometimes
favorite
we're so
things to tell
agreeable
someone-
that we agree with crazy things.
Yeah, true.
Like
It's
somebody
true.
says something
Like if you're bringing a good word and I'm like, like,
no, that's fine.
Okay.
That's genuine.
I think
But
sometimes
when
But
I
how
go,
do you
when I
know
go,
it's not
when it's
genuine?
something that he said, obviously
Yeah,
it's
okay.
going to be
obviously
good.
it's fine.
You know, like-
Obviously, always good when I'm
look,
saying
I'm gonna start
something.
saying that. I'm
one
gonna
of
keep
my
watching
favorite
Disney.
things to tell somebody is, "Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped listening." I love.
Well, I
telling-
know you've said that
Oh,
to me.
you know what I've got? You know
I
what I've
love
got?
that.
Go ahead,
I've got-
Alainna.
Sorry, I'm deaf in that ear. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. She does pull that card.
She is.
I'm
half
actually deaf.
You've used that on me though.
Yeah, she's using
Was
it on
it
us
true?
all.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Was
I
it
also have
true?
like an audio
can't be
delay.
sure.
So like you say something, I'm gonna hear it like 2 minutes later.
feel
Oh,
like-
that's good.
That's a great
That's
one
good.
I know it is good.
because nobody knows what that is.
Yeah.
They're like,
Like
They're like,
I don't hear
"Really?
you, but
I'm
then my
sorry,
brain
I'm differently
replays
abled.
it, and then I hear.
I have an audio delay and
Yeah,
I'm
it's
deaf
a
in my
thing.
right ear.
Anyway.
Left
Anyway.
ear. Sorry.
It's a cultural thing, and I'm
It's
not
a
going to talk
cultural
about it
thing.
anymore. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
No.
All right. So thank y'all for being on with us.
You're welcome.
We're gonna have to give a different
That
title.
I don't
landed as
know.
well as the plane in Cuba.
The
We
plane
just
in
fell
Cuba.
out the sky. This literally was just like we were going, and
Well, listen, we have good This was a good episode.
I'm not saying it was
Yeah, let's
bad.
talk about it.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
before we started, Levi started talking about something, and you're like, "Oh, hey, save it for the podcast,"
Oh, and we never got
and
to
we
it.
never
We didn't
got
even get
anywhere
close.
close.
Nowhere close.
Nowhere close.
Well, then
Okay,
you gotta come
but
back.
save it for the podcast in the future.
Save it for the
Yeah.
podcast.
and
After
we
the
won't
podcast.
get close then.
Exactly.
As well.
That's how that goes. Usually.
So anyway,
So good.
so good, so good. That's
Amen.
so good. And I'm just like, come on, man. All right, anyway.
All right.
All right.
So
who's gonna pray us
judgy.
Who's gonna
out?
pray? Levi, you want to pray? I know you will.
I can, yeah. I'm a glutton for social pressure. All right. Dear Lord, thank you for this time. Thank you for allowing us to come together. And I pray that we'll all remember to not trust everything that we hear unless it comes from you. Not to look for demonic things in places that it might not be, but to also be weary of anything entering our lives that might bring us away from you. To never put too much emphasis on the things of this world, to put all of the emphasis on you, keep our sights pointed on you, help us to block out the distractions, and I pray that you'll allow us to walk in that each and every day. We love you, and it's in your son's name that I pray. Amen.
Amen.
That was good.
Thank you for listening to Let the Bible Speak. If you'd like to support us, subscribe to the podcast by clicking that little plus symbol on your phone until it becomes a check mark. You can also share these episodes with a friend. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at letthebiblespeakpodcast@gmail.com. If you write us at letthebiblespeak@gmail.com, we will not receive your email, so make sure it is letthebiblespeakpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks.